Hello everyone, welcome to KLE Society's College of Education, Vidyanagar, Hubli. I am Jyoti Hugar, studying in 3rd semester B.Ed in KLE Society's College of Education. Today I am going to present a seminar on Role of Family in Value Education under the guidance of Dr. Anil Gumkold sir. Let us start the presentation. In my presentation, firstly, I will be introducing the topic family, then I will explain the meaning and definitions of the family. Then I will be explaining the types of family. After that, I will be explaining functions of the family and role of family in inculcating values. Then I will be coming to the conclusion. Let us start the presentation. Introduction. The family has very powerful effects on the developing child, impacting attitudes, beliefs, opportunities, habits, and personality traits. The family plays an important role in deciding who a child becomes and what he or she accomplishes. Family is important because it provides love, support, and construction of principles in each of its people. So now let us look at the meaning of the family. The word family comes into English in 15th century. Its roots lies in the Latin word famulus, which means servant. Family means a group of people living under one roof that includes blood relations as well as servants. A group of people who are related to each other by blood ties or ties of marriage or adoption. Families form economic units responsible for upholding the children. Now let us look at the definition of family. Burgess and Locke define family as a group of persons united by ties of marriage, blood, or adoption, consisting of a single household, interacting and intercommunicating with each other in their respective social roles of husband, wife, mother, father, children, daughter, brother, sister, creating a common culture. Here he means that family is a single household where people interact and intercommunicate with each other by assuming various roles such as husband, wife, mother, and father. Now let me take up two quotes on family. The first quote is given by Buddha. He says, "A family is a place where minds come in contact with one another. If these minds love each other, then the home will be as beautiful as a flower garden. But if these minds get out of harmony with each other, it is like a storm that plays havoc with one garden." The next quote is given by Leo Tolstoy. He says, "All happy families are alike. Every unhappy family is unique in its own way." There are various types of families in our society. Firstly, there is nuclear family, which includes parents and children. And then there is cohabitation, where two couples live together, they are not married. Such type of association is called as cohabitation. And there are couples with no children, and such families are called as childless families also. And there are single parent families, there are blended families and adoptive families, extended families or joint families, where there are parents, children along with grandparents also. And there are certain families called boomerang parents. The first type of family that we are going to see is a nuclear family or traditional family. These are the kinds of families that are considered to be ideal by our society. These kind of families consist of a mother, father, and one or more children. Let us look at the advantages of being in a nuclear family. Conditions of women are better in nuclear family compared to joint family because she is able to plan and manage all her activities by herself without the interference of elders. She is able to devote more time and attention to her children, and husband also can devote more attention towards the wife. In a nuclear family, a person can develop his personality because there is a lot of time and privacy available to him to self-reflect, self-analyze and self-evaluate his talents, his strengths and weaknesses. Children are more close to parents in a nuclear family because they are able to get more time to have free and frank discussions with their parents, and there are less number of children. Peace and harmony is very much essential for a pleasant family life. In a nuclear family, because there are less number of misunderstandings, peace and harmony is naturally established. And a sense of individual responsibility is higher in case of nuclear families because there is no shifting of responsibilities like those in extended family. Nuclear family can be regarded as a problem-free unit because here there are less number of misunderstandings, there is no intervention from anybody else, and the wishes and desires of children are also taken into consideration. Some of the disadvantages of being in a nuclear family are nuclear families can become an agency to develop bad habits of inmates. If you see in an extended family, there are grandparents, uncles, aunts who are there to guide you in issues like friendships and associations in your life. But in a nuclear family, nobody is there to assume such a guiding role. And hence, children has the free will and freedom to befriend anybody, and they can also engage in wise and vicious companies and develop bad habits such as smoking, alcoholism, and drug addicts and adultery also. If there is a single breadwinner in the family and he dies or becomes incapable, the nuclear families can become insecure both emotionally as well as financially for the children. And there is no alternative member to share your economic burden with them, hence there is an economic disadvantage also, and the people in a nuclear family can be prone to loneliness and as a result can end up being depressed, and it is insecure for old widows and diverse people because nobody is bothered to take care of them in such families. Let us move further. Extended family. These are the families that include relatives other than parents and children, that is, relatives such as grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Advantages of being in an extended family. There is stronger bond of unity because an individual learns values such as cooperation, coordination, and team spirit living in an extended family. An extended family or a joint family is a good support system because there is some or the other person to emotionally and morally as well as economically support you in time of crisis. And you can learn practical lessons from living in a joint family, such as lessons like trust, respect, sharing, caring, love, faith, etc. And there is less financial stress. Disadvantages of being in an extended family are lack of privacy because there are a lot of people, there is lack of privacy, and your personal preferences may take a setback, and there might be clash of ideas and differences of opinion in an extended family, and it might affect your personality. Blended family. These are the families in which both spouses have children from previous relationships. As you can see in the picture, the man has a daughter from his previous relationship and the woman also has a daughter from his previous relationship. When two such people come and decide to make a new family, there has to be a lot of effort from both the parents side as well as the children's side because they have to cooperate with each other and there has to be an emotional bonding between both of them, and which facilitates them to form a new family. Step family. Families that include children from a previous relationship. These families are called as step families. Adopted families. These families include children that are not biologically theirs. Now, the couples might adopt a child from anybody uh, through legal procedures, either because they cannot conceive another child or because they want to do something good for the society, and taking up a child and rearing it might prove as a gesture of social charity. So these kind of families are called as adopted families. Single parent families. Children who live with one parent, such families are called as single parent families. Single parent families includes only one parent, the mother or the father who lives with the children. Usually single parents may be divorced, widowed, unwed or abandoned. In the picture you can see a woman who is taking care of her daughter alone, and in the second picture you can see the father or a man who is taking care of his daughter alone. Childless family. While most people think of family as including children, there are couples who either cannot or choose not to have children. The childless family is sometimes the forgotten family, as it does not meet the traditional standards set by the society. Childless families consist of two partners living and working together. Many childless families take on the responsibility of pet ownership or have extensive contact with their nieces and nephew as a substitute for having their own children. Dysfunctional family. Family in which conflict, misbehavior, and often child neglect or abuse on the part of individual parents occur continuously and regularly, leading other members to accommodate such actions. Roles and responsibilities of family members. Every member of the family plays an important role. The father is the breadwinner and chief provider of the family because he earns and provides for the family. The mother is the manager and treasurer of the family. The girls help the family in doing the household chores, whereas the boys are usually assigned the heavy work in the house. Family members must live together in peace and harmony. To achieve this, each member of the family must be aware of their duties and responsibilities. Now let us see the next slide. Now let us see the functions of family. There are primary functions and secondary functions as well. Now let us see the primary functions. Stable satisfaction of sexual needs, because since the beginning of human civilization, family has been satisfying this need. Procreation and rearing of children. Giving birth to children and rearing of children means providing food, shelter and education to them. Socialization. It is said that human baby is not born as man, but man is made human being by the process of socialization, and socialization is the primary function of the family. Now let us see the secondary functions. Economical cooperation and providing proper and adequate education to everyone born in the family, and shaping of religious attitudes, beliefs in an individual is also a function of the family. Taking care of the health of old, sick and children and everyone, and meeting the health emergency needs of everyone is also secondary function of the family. Recreation, such as having fun together, uh, having family trips together and having family gatherings together can prove a form of recreation. And cultural transmission. The transmission of culture from one generation to the other generation takes place through the platform called as family. Hence, cultural transmission is the secondary function of the family. Now let us move further. Now let us understand how family can become a source of value. In a family, there is always democratic decision making because everybody can share their ideas, opinions, and decisions and play a part and share their role in the ultimate outcome of the decision taken by the family. Gender sensitivity. How you treat the other gender and how you define gender roles in the family also plays a major importance in the development of your personality. So gender sensitization begins in the family. How you react to everyday events, whether you react in a violent, in a loud manner, or whether you react peacefully, depends upon the family environment that you're brought up in. Discriminatory practices and other biases. Some people who are born in the families where many discriminatory practices are carried out, such as discrimination against caste, race, gender, they also imbibe such discriminatory practices in themselves and they may end up growing up as biased people. Regard towards rules of state and nation. Those families which encourage their children to follow all the rules of the state and nation, such individuals born in such families will grow up as a very good citizens. Whereas those families in which there is a disregard towards rules, such individuals may prove to become bad citizens or may end up being caught in illegal activities. Whether you are scientific in your outlook or whether you believe in superstitious practices such as black magic, evils, ghosts, or any other such superstitious beliefs depends upon the family beliefs that you are born and brought up in. Conformity or innovation. Whether you conform to the established norms, values, and rules, or you break those rules and innovate something new and novel and something mesmerizing depends upon the family you are born and brought up in. And next, whether you manage your finances well or you might end up becoming a spendthrift and spend lavishly depends upon the financial management lessons that you have learned from your family. Hence, financial management is also taught in your family only. Whether you focus on means to achieve something, that is, whether you believe that you should have always right means to achieve anything or whether you believe that ends are important, the results are important, it doesn't matter what kind of means you take, then you belong to family which gives importance to ends. The way in which you like to propagate your life, articulate your life choices, such as whether you choose to be fit or whether you choose to be unhealthy, whether you follow some religious practices such as prayer or whether you become an atheist, be also depends upon the family you live in. So let us move further. Some of the family values are honesty, loyalty to each other, fairness in whatever actions you do, and respect for each other, caring and sharing, love, trust between the members of the family, having fun together, and maintaining your individuality and being positive. Now, let us see the next. Role of family in inculcating values. Values are individual or groups' own principles or qualities guiding their judgment and behavior. Factors like peer groups, educational institutions, and society at large, which later influence the value system of a person, but family is the first social institution a child interacts with. He acquires his first set of values and morals from his family. Example, child coming from a family of criminals is more vulnerable to committing one himself. Elders in joint family play a moderating role. It is absent in Western societies. Thus, if a children do not get along with parents, they tend to drift apart. Family, for me, represents the foundations of self and a unity of acceptance, unconditional sacrifices, joy, support, and love that is built on continuum of resilience and journey in humility from the past, current, and future generations. Family need not always be in blood. The people who accept you for who you are, those who love you and care for you, and who can do anything to make you smile can be your family. Hence, I conclude by saying family is the pillar of life. Thank you, one and all.